The depths of the ocean hold secrets that maybe, just maybe, we were better off never discovering. But every now and then, these secrets decide to show up, terrifying unsuspecting beachgoers and making headlines across the internet. Like the recent case of the Black Devil Anglerfish, an abyssal monster that surfaced just to say hi and remind everyone that yes, the ocean is a terrifying place. And if you thought that was scary, hold on. There are plenty of other deep-sea creatures that make it look almost adorable in comparison. Razor-sharp teeth, grotesque, oversized mouths, glowing bodies, and hunting techniques straight out of a horror movie. In this video, we're diving into the 7 scariest creatures of the deep sea, and after this, you might think twice before stepping into the water. Goblin shark. If you thought you had seen weird sharks before, the goblin shark is here to prove you wrong. This 100 million-year-old living fossil looks more like a failed science experiment than an actual predator. With a long, flattened snout packed with electroreceptors, it detects prey in the pitch-black depths. But the real nightmare: its jaw literally launches forward, snapping up anything unlucky enough to be in its path, like something straight out of a horror movie. Black Devil Anglerfish. The demon of the deep. Small yet terrifying, this fish has a massive mouth full of sharp teeth and a sinister glowing lure on its forehead, which it uses to attract prey straight into their worst decision ever: swimming right into its mouth. And the creepiest part: the tiny, useless males fuse themselves onto the female's body, living as parasites until the end of their lives. If that's not horror material, nothing is. Frilled shark. With its long, eel-like body, the frilled shark looks like a prehistoric sea serpent that just refused to go extinct. Unlike other sharks that strike fast and hard, this one slithers like a snake along the seafloor. And when it attacks, it lunges forward and swallows its prey whole, trapping it in 300 backward-facing teeth that make escape impossible. Vampire squid. When an animal has "from hell" in its name, you know things are about to get weird. The vampire squid doesn't actually drink blood, but it has a much creepier trick up its sleeve. When threatened, it flips its tentacles inside out, forming a sinister-looking cloak covered in spiky projections. And instead of ink, it releases a glowing, bioluminescent mucus cloud, making it one of the most ghostly predators in the ocean. Japanese spider crab. If you're afraid of spiders, this nightmare of a crab is not going to help. It has a leg span of up to 12 feet, 3.7 meters, looking like something straight out of a monster movie. Despite its horrifying appearance, it's not a bloodthirsty predator. It mostly scavenges the ocean floor, feasting on dead animal remains. But let's be real. If you ever saw one of these massive crabs crawling toward you, would you stick around to see if it's friendly? Blobfish. The saddest looking fish on the internet. And for good reason. This gelatinous blob spends its life floating lazily in the deep sea, only looking like a depressed pile of goo when taken out of the water. In its natural habitat, under extreme pressure, it actually has a more normal shape. But up here, it turns into a living meme. To make things worse, it doesn't even hunt. It just sits there and waits for food to fall into its mouth. The true master of lazy survival. Gulper eel. This deep-sea creature wins the award for most disproportionate mouth. With a thin, snake-like body and a long tail that glows, it lures in unsuspecting prey. But the real horror show begins when it expands its mouth like a balloon, swallowing everything in its path. It doesn't care what it's eating. If it fits in its mouth, it's food. A survival strategy that is both practical and terrifying. These are some of the weirdest and most terrifying creatures lurking in the deep, proof that the ocean is basically a giant, nightmare-inducing laboratory. And the worst part, we haven't even discovered half of what's down there. So, who knows what else is waiting to be found?